Let's see, just want to make sure what it looks like. Start watching. Is there audio coming out? Oh, I have my audio muted. Audio coming out? Oh, I have my audio muted. Oh, awesome. I don't know. I was having issues with like a video delay when I was setting this up today. But, yeah. So as the title says, making chicken and dumplings. Doing it from scratch. So it's gonna be fun. It's been a while since I've actually made chicken and dumplings. And I've only cut up a whole chicken a couple times. Oh shit, I should have done this over the sink. That's alright. Let's get all this chicken blood in the sink. I should get some paper towels. To Gordon Ramsay, he'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? He'd be like, this motherfucker doesn't know how to cut up anything. God, this towel. So a little trick I learned was using like a paper towel, or in my case right now I'm using a towel to keep the cutting board still. There goes blood everywhere. I'm gonna keep that chicken neck. Oh shit. That's fine. This is all going together anyway. So we got the bird here, chicken neck. I got the gizzards. I don't want these gizzards. There you get everything out. Oh, this thing's cold. I know. You'd yell pretty profanely, I'm sure. Oh, what the hell's up with this chicken? Let's cut off this tail. I don't need that knife anymore. Yeah, my new fancy knife. It's not really that fancy, but it's the Shun Classic chef's knife. I also have another knife over there. Yeah, it's really sharp. Just making sure everything's in the camera feed. So we gotta just chop this up here. God. Oh yeah. I was just using well, that was like a little paring knife. And it's a piece of shit. It came with the kitchen set, knife set that we got from my sister-in-law. So they gave us their used one because they got like a brand. They got two for their wedding and whatnot. But yeah, this thing's pretty awesome. It's great. To the right there. Yeah, see, like, so the setup is I have my GoPro right here, my laptop is right here, and as you can see probably on the bottom of the GoPro feed, you can see the camera. It's kind of pointed down right now. I'm just trying to, like, obviously I need to get, like, a tripod or something for this, because this is literally just hanging up on top of my camera right now. I mean, on top of my laptop and whatnot, but I'm trying to get something so I can get the webcam like up further so I can get like a nice like overview instead of just like chilling right there. Thanks, Peach. Appreciate it. Alright, so what I did right now is I just chopped the legs up right here, and then as you can see, you just push up and then you get these nice bones here, and then now we're going to cut into this area. Oh shit, I messed this up. That's alright. So as you can see right now, we got the chicken thigh and the drumsticks. So we got the chicken quarter. I forgot to get my thing. It's fine. didn't touch anything. Let's dump that in there. We're gonna do the same thing here. As you can see, that one was a little bit easier. Same thing. You got your chicken quarter, your leg quarter. Now here, we got the wing, the chicken. Just grab it right here. And once you cut in the right spot, you're not really going to force anything. So now we have the chicken wing right here, nice and cut up. So in 2 parts. And then we can cut off the little tip there if we don't, since we don't need that. Do the same thing on this side. And then we got the other one set right here. Obviously I'm not cutting it perfectly, but it's all going to be cooked up and then it's all being thrown into the pot anyway. The next part is, if you have your chicken whole, you can do a spatchcock chicken. That's where, you know, you have the spine right here. If you cut down the spine with chicken shears or with your knife, you can just break that apart, get that all off, and then just have it down, and you just press down like that. It'll be nice and flat. Now this is where I messed it up at. That's fine. But I don't want to go through that knife there, so I'll just break that apart. Like I said, this isn't perfect. I just see I'm cutting into bone right there. You can probably hear that. Being a little rough on this chicken. I was going to do this before the stream, but I didn't. So, I mean, practice makes perfect, and obviously I'm not doing it perfectly. So now we have like the entire rib cage, and then like the spine right there, as you can see. Now, all that's left here is the chicken breast. So I'm going to keep the skin on there because I'm going to use that to render while I'm cooking it on the stove. And there you go. We have the 2 chicken breasts, the spine, the 2 wings, and then the leg quarters. And then you can obviously cut the drumstick off here and then make yourself the chicken thigh. Kind of makes you want chicken, Peach. But with this, I'm going to actually cut up the chicken breast a little bit more into like smaller pieces. I'm going to keep this in a bag so I can make chicken stock with. So I come over here, wash the hands. I'm gonna put it into a baggie to save for later. I mean, I could use it for today, but I'm using Better Than Bouillon for my chicken stock base. Essentially, it's a nice little product that I've found. I'll show you right now. So Better Than Bouillon. All it does is to make basic stock, you dissolve 1 teaspoon, which is equal to 1 bouillon cube. And then for a quart stock, you just need 1.5 tablespoons. And then throw water with it. And there you go, you're all set. Don't need it right now, so just putting it back. One thing I'm going to need to do though is get a camera for over here. I am buying an induction top though. So then I can just do everything in this one area and not have to worry about having an additional camera angle. stuff's really awesome. I love using it with the kind of fortified gravy. I'm making gravy out of like roast or whatever. Yeah, it's actually really awesome. They have a bunch of different flavors and everything too. They have beef. They have additional like chicken flavors and everything. So let's just cut into this chicken breast. As you can see, my feed's lagging. Oh, did I get a drop frame? Yeah, I just had some drop frames. That may have been right. Just cut this into a couple more pieces. Go back into here. You see there's a lot of meat left on this, so just chop into it. After we're done with the chicken, I'm gonna start cutting up the veggies. I already have them nice washed. I did that beforehand at least. There's a lot of chicken left in this, but that's fine. Let's go to this one next. Ew, veggies? Come on, Peach. You need to eat the veggies. You know that. You know better. Veggies are fucking delicious. See right there? You saw that? I had the skin. Didn't get nice contact with my knife, so it just slid, and that could have been a finger right there. That would not have been fun. So we got this part. Let's get this off here. So I was thinking, after this cooking stream, just watch it, just get some pointers. Make sure, I don't do anything wrong. Well, I'm not doing anything wrong. It's whatever. It's my stream. I can do what I want, but so I don't look like a fool, that is. And then later this week, probably do some a pizza using. I've done it a couple times. It's pretty simple to do. Oh shit! Got this bone right here that does not want to play nice, and I don't want to ruin my knife. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. I'll just use my hands and just tear it all apart. But yeah, a pizza cooking stream would be pretty sweet. It's very simple. It'd be a 2-day process because I'd be making the dough the first night, and then the next night the dough would be nice and ready for me to use it to actually make pizza. And it's very, very simple. The dough's no need, so you don't need any mixer, you don't really need too much. You just incorporate all the ingredients and then just let it rise overnight up to preferably 18 to 24 hours. And then it's ready. Make some specialty Mexican foods. Yeah, actually, I was thinking about doing some tamales, like I did last year in the Instapot. Very simple, not much needed. It's all done in one pot. You make all the meat together, and while that's all being done, pressure cooked, that takes about like a half hour. You go back and you make the masa, which masa is the base for all the tortillas, tamales, corondas if you eat corondas. Yeah. I'm reusing this knife, so I gotta wash it off. You don't want, cross-contamination, even though all those vegetables are going in there with it anyway. But I like to be safe and not have any issues. Maybe next weekend we'll do tamales on Sunday. I mean, we'll see how it goes. By profession, I'm in IT, and then next week I'm on call because we rotate our on-call shifts. Once I'm on every 6 weeks, so Sundays it's technically all next weekend. It's up to me because I also work on that upcoming Saturday, and that's not safe with that knife like that. Let's get this all over here. But yeah, I made the tamales last year, and they were really simple to make. It was the first time ever making them from scratch. I didn't buy any pre-made dough, masa, or anything. It was all stuff done by using the masa you get from the store and just adding your lard and water to it or whatever. But besides that, the pressure cooker does all the work for you instead of having to wait up to 12 hours for them to be done, depending on how long you want your meat mixture to be cooked for and everything. It was like 40 minutes in the Instant Pot, and then I got the masa was being prepped during that time, and then while the Instant Pot while it was all done, while the meat was done, I went back and cleaned it all out, took it all out, used some of the juices to make the masa, or actually I should say the chili sauce. But yeah, it was very simple. We'll put the chicken over here for now. Oh, I forgot the chicken neck. Oh well. Said I didn't want to cross-contaminate, but look what I did anyway. I cross-contaminated. So we're just going to use some carrots and then some celery. Cut off the ends, we don't need those. A nice little trick I learned with some carrots while watching a video was you cut it, you get those nice little ridges, then you turn it towards you. This is Matty Matheson that I watched. I'm probably not doing it as perfect as him. These are a little bit big actually, but that's fine. I love me some carrots, especially when they're cooked. And I'm messing this up, as you can see. I'll just eat that one. Nice and raw carrots. Who doesn't love them? You don't like cooked ones? Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry you don't like them. I'm doing this all wrong. Should have watched it again. Obviously, probably should have peeled these, but whatever. Fun fact, did you know that carrots used to be purple? Whatever, I'm not going to do that rolling trick anymore. These will not be same size carrots. That's alright. No one's perfect. They'll be all mushy and everything here shortly. Oh, you know what I should have done? While I was cutting these carrots up, turn on the stove. So for this, I will be using my cast iron skillet. Well, not cast iron, but my handle. We're going about medium heat, so I'm going to put about like 6.5, because I have an electric stove, electric range, I should say. Wasn't my choice, but that's okay. And also, as you can tell, I didn't season the chicken either. I'll be doing that with just salt and pepper within the pot itself. So I will use 3 stalks. 3 stalks of celery. I'm using only 3 carrots as well. Let's get these off. We can just munch on those ourselves, but we don't want those in the soup. So use the back side of it because it's nice and flat to when I'm making my dough. Which I was actually tempting of making some cookies while we're doing this stream. Make some peanut butter cookies. Does that sound like a plan? I mean, who doesn't love peanut butter cookies? And we're not going to use that store-bought shit. We're going to use the make our own peanut butter. Because, you know, peanut butter is baller. And if you don't like peanut butter, I'm sorry. But if peanut butter kills you, that's acceptable for not liking it. Not that, you know, you should eat peanut butter if you can't have it. But, yeah. Those are nice for stock, so I'll keep those. I can smell my pot warming up. Just the smell of our electric. Oh, another thing I forgot to get was an onion. It's over here. Where's my onion at? Technically, the plan was for tonight. I was going to make the chicken and dumplings. I was also thinking about doing the cookies, like I said. But I was also tempted on making bread because my wife Jamie wanted some BLTs today. But here's the thing. I had a hell of a time setting this whole thing up. And if there is a little bit of lag or anything, I do apologize. I am over Wi-Fi. My router's all the way over there on the other side of the room, but that's okay. So I find it easier. Get your onion, just chop it down in half, clean up your mess, or you can clean up your mess after, and then just peel off the outer layer, the skin here. It may not be perfect, but like I said, nobody is. Except for you, Peach. You're the most handsomest person ever. Just so you guys know, it's Peach's birthday tomorrow. If you're in chat right now, say happy birthday to the guy. I missed his stream last night. Apparently he got super shit-faced. You know, if you microwave your oven for like 10 seconds, it won't make you cry. Yes, but if you have a really good knife, the sharper the knife, the better it is to cut onions. That also doesn't make you cry. If you use a dull knife when you're cutting onions, it's not cutting through it fast enough or whatever. I forget the proper terminology. But if you use a really sharp knife when cutting onions, it will prevent you from crying. So that's a fun tip. Invest in a good knife. I also have... Let's get this over here. Grab a paper towel. So I have, before I got this Shun chef's knife, I was on Amazon and, you know, I should say I was on YouTube, and I was looking up some cheaper knives because I didn't really want to buy this Shun knife because they're pretty expensive. So I bought this, which is a femme shoot, or whatever you want to call it. As you can see, it's got the Japanese wooden handle and the Japanese texturing on here. But it is a Ada chef's knife. I bought this for like $40 or whatever. And when I would cut onions with it, it did make me cry. I mean, it's not the best quality knife, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But this, though, I don't have any problems with this. So another thing with onions, you know, I'm cutting off the ugly parts. I'll keep those. You have your root here. You want to keep that root intact when possible. And depending on how you're gonna cut your onion, there's multiple ways. I'm gonna do a sloppy dice. So I'm slitting the slots here, but I'm not cutting all the way through because the root's gonna keep it in place. And then I'm gonna do a couple slits here, 2 slits, but keep it intact. Be careful when you're doing this; you don't want to cut yourself. And then just dice. Once you get to this point, flip it. Do the same thing. You don't need to toss that. You can keep it for stock. As you can see, I got some nice, beautiful chopped onions. They're not perfect. Okay. That's my motto, I guess. They're not perfect. So it sounds like my oven is, or my stove is nice and warm. So I'm going to add in my olive oil. I forget, do I need a half an onion? Nah, whatever. I love onions, so onions are delicious, especially in onion ring form. I'm talking to my brother on Discord right now. Are you still there, bro? I don't know if he's there. What's the name of that burger place? That, remember when we went up there for Frankie's wedding? You took us there for those baller onion rings. There's that really cool place, like that burger place that has those really good onion rings. Do you not remember the name of the place? Okay, but anyway, yeah, it was like a fast food. I don't know if it's a chain or not, but it was just like a fast food type of place. Was it Burgerville? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so it was Burgerville. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you those onion rings, I remember were freaking delicious. All right, so this thing is hot, ripping hot. You can use a high smoking point oil if you want, but I'm just using olive oil. I got that up here. And we're going to use 3 tablespoons. That's about 3 tablespoons, I'd say. As you can see, it's smoking. Well, you can't really see it, but it's smoking. So now we're just going to put the chicken in it. And you don't want to overcrowd it. I just kind of did that. But cleanliness is perfect. Always want to wash your hands between touching your raw stuff, because you don't want to spread those nasty germs around. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to brown it for about like 5 minutes, about each side, and then that's when I'm starting incorporating everything. At this point, we can put our salt and pepper in. So a few twists of fresh pepper. And then a few pinches of salt. It's perfect. Let that do its thing for a little bit. And we have quite a bit of chicken left. I can repurpose this. I'm not going to be using it a lot. My wife and I won't be eating a lot. This will probably last us a while, and we'll probably give some to our family. Not my brother, though. He was all the way in Oregon, but first side of the family. Alright. Flip them a little. Try to get them all nice and evenly brown on each side. We're not trying to fully cook them right now because obviously we're going to be sitting here stewing for a little bit. So we're going to keep on, turning them. So hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. There's only one day left. A couple hours left, So let's see. After it's done, what we're going to do is we're going to add in all the vegetables that we chopped up. There's a lot of onions. You know what? I'm going to add another celery, shall we? Wash it. It looked like the onion to carrot and celery ratio was a little off. So chop that off. And always when cutting, you want to use the claw method. As you can see, I was kind of moving my thumb a little bit, but the claw method, like that, guide with your knuckles, otherwise you will have a serious injury. That's my veggies are at. That's this, make sure it's nice and getting some proper coloring. Looking good. Don't need my knife anymore, so let's wash that and put it away. See, I have some downtime. Always like to keep a clean work area while waiting for stuff to be completed. And I just drop the clip. I just dropped a little clip that went for my knife. I don't have a proper knife roll or knife guard, so I'm just using the sheaths that came with it, so yeah. I'll find it later, I guess. Oh, you know what I can do though right now while the chicken's still browning up a little bit? I can start making the chicken stock. So, I need about 32 ounces of this, of water. This is probably going to be too small, but that's fine. I'll use some hot water. Just kind of melts the better than bouillon. Disintegrate it. So what did I say it was? Dissolve 1 teaspoon. So for a quart of stock, needed to use 1 1.5 tablespoons. And then that's what it looks like. It's just ooey gooeyness. So I'm not using proper measurements, but I'll use an actual tablespoon. About a half. That should be good. Stir it. Probably be better if it was a little bit longer. That's all right. So yeah, after last night this morning, I remember why I only usually drink to get a buzz going. Yeah, dude. Well, my brother was saying how messed up you were last night. You like kept on repeating yourself and stuff. That's what happens when you're drunk, though. I'm sure you had a hell of a time, though. I mean, hopefully you stayed hydrated. Alright. Can't even type my password in. Like I said, I watched a little bit of your VOD. So. Alright. So now, this is pretty, they're not as perfectly brown as they should be. It's been about 5 minutes. Bring the chicken breast over so you can kind of see it's a little brown on both sides. We don't want it completely brown. So now we're going to incorporate our vegetables. Get it all in here. Let's get this spoon going. So now, while this is in here, we're gonna soften these vegetables up. And you know what I may also do? Because who doesn't love some garlic? I'm gonna add a little bit more salt and pepper though. For all those vegetables. Kind of even out the seasoning. As I make a mess with this pepper over here. Hopefully you can still hear me while I'm facing away from the microphone. Somehow you managed to take heroics? Well, I mean, it can't be that difficult, right? I mean, you're a DK, not DK, a demon hunter. But if it was Mythic Pluses and you were that shit faced, I would applaud you. Give you some big clappas and for you. As you can see right now, still trying to get the stock going. It went from a nice clear translucent color to a stock look. Just keep stirring that, incorporate it. Alright, so while that's going, obviously I want these chicken pieces to be cooked through thoroughly. But I also, obviously we're not going to eat them whole like this. We're going to need to get them nice and cooked and then probably shred them. By the way, if you ever do need to make some quick chicken on the rather quickly, I would definitely invest in an Instapot. I mean, you don't need a lot of tools in your kitchen. I have one too many tools in my kitchen. But the chef finger, what's the chef finger? That right there, pointing like that. Anyway, you can probably see above our fridge here, above our little magnets, my wife and I, well, mainly I would write little love letters to her, little love notes that she didn't really like, but they were adult oriented. But up there, behind our protein, we have our Instapot. And there's also my vacuum seal, which coming soon, we'll do a sous vide stream, which does take a while. So maybe I will start the sous vide and then halfway through we'll you know, do other stuff. Because sous vide does take time. It's essentially you're just giving your food a hot bath. Oh no, you point in the air when you recommend something or providing information. Gotcha. I don't know what was I pointing or what information was I providing. I don't really recall. So here we're getting a nice. I really wish you guys could see this, but we're getting some nice coloring on the chicken. The vegetables are incorporated. Just let that keep going. Oh, good to is the okay. Pointing to the sky over there. Gotcha. Yeah, but let's see. What are you laughing about, bro? Pointing left and right. Let's go. Let's just point. Point. We'll just point over here. Over there. What do they do with the guns? Yeah. Well, I don't know why people shoot like that. I mean, pots are portable, so you can bring it over to the cameras. True. That's a good idea. So... it's because of my shitty laptop. As you can see right here, we got all incorporated. Probably bring this camera down a little bit better. Gives you a better view of it. Now, hopefully I didn't just mess this up. And I did. There we go. That's better. Let's put the heat back on. Well, that's what I'm saying. I want the induction top so I can prep everything right here in this area and then like do minor things back here on the stove that you don't need to see for right now. And then you can actually see what's going on with the camera angle, you know, with the food that's right here. Obviously with this is not that far up, but I'll probably put a little bit higher so that you can see it. Yeah. How delayed is the audio? Is it very delayed? Are you listening to it from the stream or are you listening to my voice from Discord? Are you getting the same thing too, Peach? I mean, my CPU usage is only 36%, so it should be fine. I mean, I even tested it before I went live with you know, like I said, we went live. Yeah, everything seems fine on your end. Weird. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean, there is a little bit of video delay on my side. I can see it in the camera, but it's just probably just how it's rendering from here. I guess I can pull it up on my iPad real quick, which I have in front of me. So I have my notes there. Twitch. Right. So let's see. My channel. I'm live, it says. Can I view my own channel from the Twitch app? My channel. Alright. Let's just go off frame a little bit. Let me put this over here. I'm live, it says. Can I view my own channel from the Twitch app? Oh, okay. I can see what you're saying, bro. There is a little bit of delay there. Let's just go off frame a little bit. Let me put this over here. There's like a 10-second delay from Discord to like what I'm doing. Oh, okay. I can see what you're saying. Yeah. That's fine though. Let's check on the chicken. So we got some nice juices going on over here. So at this point, we want these veggies to soften up. That's the key thing. I mean, yeah, you kind of want it a little bit crispy, but you also do want them to be soft. So, what's going on? I got some notifications. Oh, thank you, Fitbit. I know that my battery's low. You don't need to tell me that. Alright, so where was I at on my notes? So what we're going to do now... See, I'm not following this recipe to a T. I'm kind of just doing my own thing right now. But I think it's time to add the chicken stock that we made with a Better Than Bouillon and a quart. So let's just do it. Oh shit. Ooh, I'm probably gonna need a little bit more water to be honest. But maybe not. So I'm going to take this chicken out and I'm going to chop it up a little bit. Just want to soften up here, get them simmering. While that's done, do I want to add any more seasoning? Oh, shit. I remember what I was going to do. Because everybody, well, I love garlic. My wife loves garlic. So I guess we can never date vampires, right? Just kidding. I wanted to brown this garlic up with my soup, with the rest of the vegetables, but I didn't. As you can see, I'm using one giant garlic, one clove, and then these two little ones. Keep on using that camera, but autofocus working. There we go. So that's a big boy, and this is like a little. You know what this reminds me of? What are those pop rocks or whatever? Those little things that you threw in the ground. Those little cheap fireworks as kids. That's what that reminds me of. Oh look, it didn't explode though, or pop. For that, we're gonna bring out the utility knife. Let's chop off the ends. We'll peel off the skin that it's got there. Snaps, yes. Snaps. Also, a nice method to get these peeled. I'll do it with the bigger one. These little ones, kind of hard, but I'm peeling into it and using my fingernails, so my fingernails are going to smell very garlicky here. It's kind of... Do I got it all? No, let's using my light. Yeah, okay. The other method of actually... I should have used the chef's knife, but... Let's just chop these up nice and small. I'm not perfect with this knife. I've only used it a couple times and it's pointy, like any knife. I'm a little extra cautious with it because I don't want to hurt myself. Those should be nice. I like chunks. Chunks are good. I'll just throw that into the pot. But anyway, I wanted those to cook with the rest of the vegetables and the chicken so then they can, transluce it. The two method? The method I'm referring to is you use your handle, then you use the blunt part, and you just literally use your hand, your palm. Let's get this out of the way. You go like this. And as you can see, it's a lot easier to peel. And it also crushes the garlic, so then you can mince it better, a little bit easier as well. And as you can see, it's pretty... Probably use this one better. That was a lot cleaner to get off, and we have all the skin here. Another thing you can do, which I may just do to make this a little bit easier, It's the cheater method of mincing your garlic. With a garlic press. I mean, all you do is stick your garlic in there. This is tiny. I'm going to use it on the bigger one. I'll mince these up. But you'll see the difference. God. You'll be able to see the difference with the way that I'm chopping it up. I'm just doing rough chops here with this garlic because I like the chunks. Just stir this up a little bit. I mean, this is looking real good. Give you a nice view of it. Let's put the camera over here. Set it down real quick. That's looking real good. Also looks just like chicken noodle soup. Hell, the thing is, if you think about it, though, when you're making chicken and dumplings, you can kind of adjust this and make chicken pot pie. So I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to chop off the end here. Since this is a lot bigger than my knife, I'll just use my entire palm. Push down on it. And there you go. You can actually see it come off a little bit easier than me just sitting there peel. Look at that. Nice clean. Nice and clean. So then with this, let's just bring back the pot real quick. Just stick the garlic press in. I'm sure you guys have seen this, and just press. Then you got the nice little bits. That was a big chunk. Let's just stir that all up again. Get that all nice and in there. Now what we're going to have to do next, so it's doing its thing, is... The one thing I hate about using the garlic press, though, is you lose a lot of the garlic. And when I say you lose a lot of the garlic is you get all this. So it sucks. But hey, what can you do? We're going to let that sit there, render, soften up some more. We'll take that chicken out to kind of... We'll take the chicken out so we can break it into little pieces so we can get nice chunks of meat. Instead of whole pieces there. Because you don't want to eat an entire piece of chicken with your... I don't know what I'm saying. So this is the clip that I was talking about that I lost on the ground for my other knife. This is how it came packaged. Dry off the handle. Oh, and I fucked that up big time. That would not have been good. Let's take this off. Let's put this back here. Anyway. So while that's doing its thing, just gonna clean up a little bit. Should probably get some water, I'm kind of thirsty. we'll start making the biscuits next. Because then the biscuits is what's going to take a while to cook, you know, to boil, fully cook through. So then, yeah. One thing is I forgot buttermilk. So we're going to make non-buttermilk biscuits. But we're not actually making full traditional biscuits, baking them, whatever. We're making the entire mixture. Then we're just going to do little dropfuls into the soup itself. So I gotta find my note on what I'm doing. I'm also gotta melt some buttermilk. Melt some butter. Ooh, this is looking. Oh, all I smell right now is just garlic. But let's try. Oh yeah. That piece of celery I just tried. Delicious. Alright, let's see. Easy. Was this what I was using before? Okay. That's not what I was doing. That is not what I was using. Grab a mixing bowl. You know what? I'll just follow the recipe that I was using, kinda. But we're not going to use buttermilk. So we need 2 cups all-purpose flour. And what I'm doing off frame over here is I have my baking rack that's got all my ingredients, my KitchenAid, my food processor, and everything. It's very messy. It's not what I wanted it to be. I just have too much shit for my little tiny apartment. So this is coming to a boiling point. We just kind of want to just stir it from time to time. Throw that or whatever. Let's dry this off. You can make your own buttermilk. The thing is, Peach, you get buttermilk after you make butter. And do you know what you make butter with? Can you tell me? Do you know the answer to that? Jamie, can you tell me how you make buttermilk? Or butter?
What?
What's the one thing that I always need from the store?
Heavy whipping cream.
There you go. I don't know if you heard her, but heavy whipping cream. I always need it for something. And I always overlook it. And I don't buy it.
Buy some the other day?
Yeah, did you ask me yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes, my wife did tell me yesterday, hey, buy some buttermilk. So here's a nice little trick. I normally like to properly measure my ingredients with using a kitchen scale. Because when you're using, a measuring cup, for instance, we're going to do this. And then most people will just pack it all the way in there. So we could weigh this and it'll be a different weight than if we actually spooned it. So if you spoon it in, it gives the flour some air. So it's not fully packed in there. And from time to time, you kind of want to go into your flour and actually do this. You can just do this, just grab a spoon or whatever your measuring cup and spoon it out, get all the air. So that's I just packed it in a little bit. I'll say that's about a cup. But since I've already kind of aired it out, I'm just going to use my measuring cup. And even then, I'll just go like this, kind of shake it around. just kind of sift it through. Because that's the thing, like when you're actually making cookies or anything, you need to kind of pay attention. You don't want to put too much flour into it. You don't want, because it won't make the dough perfect. Baking powder, I need 1 tablespoon. Come over here. I have 2 sets of measuring spoons, but that's okay. So I said I need 1 tablespoon. So that's the thing also with this, you kind of want to get it in there, even it out. Wash those. Making a mess on my... Let's just stir this all together. Let's whisk it up. What's my favorite tool to use to whisk, babe?
Little whiskers.
The tiny whisk. So let's just tiny whisk this all together so it's nice and homogenized, nice and well combined before we add anything else. And about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's good. It's probably a little bit more, but I'm just eyeballing it. Let's just combine it all again. Sorry if I keep on moving the stuff out of camera. Our butter is nice and melted now. So just literally just pour it all in. We'll fork it together. We want like a nice kind of like shaggy dough. This is what the buttermilk's for. I may just add a little bit of normal milk. Yeah, I'll add a little bit of normal milk. How much? I needed 1/2 cup. We'll just do that. Let's keep an eye on that real quick. Maybe need a little bit more. This isn't going to be perfect, but... So as you can see, it's kind of coming together. It's getting crumbly. All that fat from the butter is incorporating. Need a little bit more milk, I'd say. That should be good. And this, we use really low fat milk. We normally get 1%, but the store didn't have 1%, so we got 0%. Just stirring this all together. Maybe I could have actually used a little bit more butter. That's fine. As you can see, we got a nice doughy texture there. Alright, I think it's time to take this chicken out, actually. Let me finish this dough, though. Now it's all combined. Let's just knead it up a little bit within here. We don't want it to develop too much gluten. We just kind of want it to get all nice together. Yeah, it may need a little bit more. You know what? Let's do this. I mean, it's coming together nice, but let's use some of that chicken stock. It's gonna be a little warm though, but why not give it a little bit of flavor? Get a little bit more wet. Put a little bit of those onions in there. We don't want a carrot. Let's give it, so that's nice. Ooh, that's hot. let's just do our own thing with this. A couple of these are gonna have a little bit of perfectness in it. So now we have like a nice little shaggy dough, which is fine. Let this rest for a few minutes. Let me wash my hands. We'll take that chicken out, cut it up, shred it up a little bit. Then we'll finish it up. Let it sit there, I would say probably for like 20 minutes or so. Oh, that's hot. You can see we got that nice done. It's going really, really well. Let's take this chicken out real quick. I want these veggies to stay in there though. Probably could have used a little bit more meat, but some real meat. But that's looking real good. It's hot. Let's put it back here. Let's get these back in the pot. We don't want to lose any of the goodness. All right. Now we got this chicken. As you can see, it's hot, 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 hot. I'm just going to use my cheaper knife that I showed you before. And we're just going to kind of chop it up a little bit. Because I don't want them to be shreds. I kind of want, like, you know, pieces of chicken. That's my own thing that I like. Obviously, these are going to be kind of cube-like, but that's fine. Let's just chop it up here. Just throw it back in. Let's do the same thing with this one. And you see, this one's kind of shredding up already, so. And it's nice and done. Let's just try a little piece, shall we? I think it's going to need a little bit, just a little bit of salt. This shit's hot. Hot. But trying to take all the bones off. Let's just use that. I mean, I can just put this all back in there just to give it some flavor, but just trying to just let it sit there and render down a little bit, not reduce. Just throw it back in there to give it some extra flavoring. So this, we don't need these bones. I'm surprised my cat's not in here. Charlie, she's a little beggar. Only because I give her food. That's my own fault. But she's a little old lady that I can't say no to. So we get all this meat up in here. Let's get it all out. Hot. All right, sounds good. Hot. Just use this. Just kind of chop off those little bits. Don't want to lose any of this chicken here. that. Kind of just break this chicken apart. See, it kind of came off cleanly with that. Let's chop this up. Probably be faster, just chop it all up and put it all together at the same time, but I'm different. Probably be easier to take all this chicken off anyway, a different method, but that's okay. Using probably a fork. Where did that fork I used? It's right there. Oh yeah, it's, yeah, I should have done it from the get-go. Just kind of pull it all off. That can go off. There's gonna go. Just chop this up. Just a rough chop. Ooh, this cutting board is gonna be slimy right now. Let's do the same thing with this. Just twist and turn. It should just pop off, just like that. Oh, it's smelling so good. They really need to invent smell-o-vision already. Let's just kind of scrape this off. Shit's hard to come off. Pulling. Well, anyway, what I meant to say before with the Instapot, when I was going down that tangent, was I made chicken tacos earlier in the week, and they were frozen chicken breasts that I vacuum sealed about a month ago. From frozen to fully cooked in the Instapot was about 12 minutes, I think it was. Roughly, well, longer than that, because it has come up to temperature, right? So probably I'd say 15-20 minutes. We'll say 20 minutes. And then the nice trick, even though it's nice and shredded, instead of using forks, you know, most people go like this and use forks to shred it. If you have a hand mixer, just put the hand mixer in with that and then let that go to town. Because when you do that, it goes crazy and it just shreds it up so much faster. Let's just do some rough chops on this. It's not perfect, but that's what we're doing this stream. So let me get all this chicken incorporated in here. The dough should be all nice and ready. Let me just clean this up real quick, clean my hands up. We don't need this knife anymore, so let's wash it off. For my cheesesteak egg rolls, my sister and I used our Ninja food processor, cut up the steak strips we used. Yeah. What do you mean is it like the Ninja blender and it has a food processor attachment? Is that what you're referring to? Trying to get this nice and dry. Oh, cool. So, let me clean this up a little bit. I'll bring the pot back over here so you can see what it looks like. Definitely gonna need to wash this. It's fine, I'm not gonna put the pot directly on this right now though. I'm gonna use my trivet since I need to wash that. Oh shit, the milk's been sitting out. So got that. Bring this over here. See if I can point this up. There we go. That looks better, right? If I could outfit my kitchen in ninja things, LOL, right? So now we got a bone right there. We probably don't need that anymore. Let's just take that out. We got like a nice base. Nice chicken here. That looks delicious. It smells delicious. As you can see all the steam in my face here. Got whatever. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna spoon our little, or I can make little drops. I'm just gonna make little drops and just drop them in there. What this is gonna do is it's gonna just boil in here, firm up a little bit. I should probably make these a little bit smaller, about that size, I would say. When we go to our cabin up north, my wife's family, they have a cabin. There's a restaurant up there in Tomahawk. It's called Tomahawk Family Restaurant. They have some really good chicken and dumpling soup. Is there onions in that, babe?
I don't think so.
Okay. I may need a little bit more broth though. And I'm making these, kind of tiny. Where's the pan endoscope cam? You never gave it to me. So I'm making do with what I got here, Daniel-san. They're not all even, but it's okay. Just gotta get these all up in here. Just trying to make like a nice layer of this. But yeah, I've been running for an hour and 18 minutes. These are looking pretty good. I mean, I don't have to like make little ball shapes. I can just do like little droplets. Just flatten them. Just drop them in. I got a carrot in that one. Let's just do that. I'm sure my wife will probably take some of this to work tomorrow, right? Or not, she can just ignore me. Did you hear me, babe?
Huh?
Said you're gonna take some of this to work tomorrow, you can give it away. I'm gonna be like, here, you guys should create an account on Twitch and follow him. I always make all kinds of different stuff, mainly baked goods. That's why the stream title's Mo's Doughs. For those of you that don't know, that name was given to me by my sister-in-law. She was trying to figure out like, oh, if he starts a bakery or anything, what should he call it? And my nickname given to me by my nephew on my wife's side, Alex. He couldn't say the name Mario when he was learning to speak, so he gave me the name Mo, and that's just been my name ever since. Oh, these are going to be a lot. That's fine. Let's make some smaller ones so we can just kind of throw them on the bottom there. That's hot. You don't work tomorrow? Yeah, you don't, because it's your birthday. Let's put this back on the heat. Just going to stir it up a little bit. What do you mean? Did I stuff them? No. Why? Mm-hmm. So my brother in Discord was asking if I stuffed the dumplings. And I was like, no, why? Because he was talking about a place up in Oregon where he lives at that they stuff their dumplings. The recipe that I am kind of following, though, he stuffed them with scallions. Well, he didn't stuff them. He just put scallions in them. He cut them up and put them in there. But what were they stuffed with? Oh, okay. I'll keep that up. Okay, gotcha. That sounds kind of good. That's good. Next time, yeah. Be a taste tester. Everybody loves food. Everybody. Not as much as her. Wash my hands real quick. Anyway, I know you don't work either, but you have to go to another. Is that why you took the day off? Because you have a doctor's appointment? Where's my steer camera? Okay. As I was telling Peach and my brother, who were, or whoever else is tuning in the virtual world earlier, I'm going to be getting a induction stovetop, an induction top, which is something I've been wanting for a while, so that when I'm cooking, doing these streams, until I get I need another camera over here, jeez, could you,
Sorry.
no, you're fine, or have the laptop sitting in this area over here, and the webcam could be up here, or get another webcam over there, something like that. But yeah, but right now we're gonna wait, say probably about 20 minutes, I think it is. Yeah, about 20 minutes, and then they'll be good to go. But while we do that, we're gonna do a little add-on to this stream that is not chicken and dumplings related whatsoever. And I'm saving the rest of this chicken breast that I chopped up for my wife's favorite food. And what's your favorite food? What's your favorite kind of food with chicken? Adult chicken nuggies.
Oh.
If you look at it, as you can see, or right here, that's like a good size of a boneless wing, right? Adult chicken nuggies. That's all boneless wings are. Just chicken nuggies. There's a place that we go to, actually. We went there last night. We picked it up from last night, I should say. And these are pretty big chicken nuggies. So. No. Are you kidding me? Does Jamie doesn't eat spicy stuff. I know. But I'm all the spice that she needs in her life. What was that? She just laughed in the background. When I said I'm all the spice that she needs in her life, she just started laughing in the background. Like a pity laugh. And why do you go out and get food when you can just make it? Well, he had the Rona, the vid, on Thanksgiving week, and our best friends, they had the vid. We haven't seen them in like 2 months, and then we weren't going to see them for a while just because of, so Jamie can stay healthy for her procedure, and she got the vid, so yeah, now we get to hang out with them again. So we went to their house last night, hung out with them, and we got buffalo rings and wings from Crystal Lake, the place that you do not like, Dan, even though they're baller. Ooh. I'll show you guys this real quick. They're coming along nice. We're not going to touch them. We just want them to kind of steam. So, those look delicious. And I need pot holders. That's getting toasty. But yes, I will be doing cooking streams at my friend Dan's house. I'm gonna teach him how to cook properly, and not stuff that's frozen, pre-made stuff. He can pre-make it himself, then freeze it, but we're not gonna have him eat any of that processed shit anymore. I mean, he can. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there is things wrong with eating processed food, but if you have the tools, you have the time, it's best to make your own food. I mean that's why people go out to restaurants. They want to try really good food, right? Well, you can make it yourself. It's pretty easy. It just takes time and effort. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Do you just buy the entire tenderloin and you just cut it up yourself, or what? Just a little. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, when you can get tenderloin, the actual entire loin, you can find it for as cheap as like maybe $5 a pound. And then, it's like, it's about like that long, about kind of like that thick, roughly. You can probably get like 10 fillets out of that for like $25 or so, maybe even cheaper than that. Just chop it up how you want, the thickness that you want it. Even Costco's got some good tenderloin, fillet. And I'm not allowed to come here since I had the Rona. Dan, I'm Rona. The Rona's out of my system now. I'm good. I can see you. I can touch you. I can just point at random things and talk to you about them. I will not kiss Dan. Have I been tested? No. But it's been more than... tomorrow will be the full 14 days, even though you don't need a quarantine for 14 days. So... I know. He's a little bitch. He's a little bitch. Let's see. Gonna make some peanut butter. Okay, Dan. Now you're getting too technical. You're getting too paranoid. I had 15. Does that make you feel better? I went and just licked everything at the store. Speaking of which, when you go to the grocery store and you lick your finger to open up a plastic bag or whatever when you're grabbing your produce or your meat bag, whatever you want, right? In the before time, that was still pretty nasty. It's even nastier and worse seeing people do it now during COVID. Jamie and I, we were at Costco yesterday, and we saw a lady literally puts her mask down, went like this, and just grabbed, tried opening her bag. And this is after she was touching her cart. Yes, I know they do sanitize the carts every time, I don't know if I don't think Costco's the same way with, Sam's Club. Where Sam's Club, when you go in, you have your shopping cart, you unload it, then you use another cart that goes outside and always stays outside. These are the ones there, yeah. But yeah, it was disgusting. I was like, Jesus, lady. I have forehead sweat now. Why do you have forehead sweat, Dan? Just watching me cook? I mean, I'm a little sweaty right now. I'm a little warm. All right, let's see. Yeah, and I have one light. As you can see, the ring light reflecting. I have a stand light here. Then I have this light. Then obviously I have the stove going. Whew. Does it smell good, Jamie?
Yeah.
Cool.
Smells delicious.
People are the absolute fucking worst. Yes, they are. No for opening bags. Oh, you use your forehead sweat now for opening. Gotcha. That's even disgusting. We were at the store today, so I can buy some degrees for tonight. Well, for the stream, and I touched like one of the produce that I was gonna buy because it was kind of wet, since they always spray fresh water on or whatever. And she was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, I can't open the bag. I'm not gonna put my mask down and lick it." Yes. Well, that's just as disgusting too, Dan. It's like you going like this. Hey, Jameis.
Yeah.
Be right back 1 second. Nothing. You give me my water. I got it. I'll make you one right now. I pointed to the sky.
Can we like open a window or something?
Oh. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute, please. What'd you say, Jamie?
Can we open like a window?
No. What's the temperature in here?
72. Oh, it's too bad.
You can turn the fan on if you want. It's 72. We don't have the heat on. We don't use heat. My wife specifically does not let me. Well, we use the heat when it's balls to the walls cold.
Maybe a fucking coffee.
I'll make you a coffee. When we went to go visit them, did they turn off the heat because you were so hot?
No.
No. She said no.
Your brother, it's like 50 something degrees outside and he had the heat cranked to like 75.
Yeah.
He's insane.
Okay, did you hear what she said? Oh, she was like, it was like 50 degrees. Because the backstory to this, anyway, guys, is we visited my family. I haven't seen them in like 10 years. And they've never met my wife Jamie until when we went to go visit them. The polar vortex hit here in Illinois, and we had happened to leave Illinois the day the polar vortex began. So it was like negative, like 40 degrees with a wind chill here. While when we got to Oregon, it was like 55 degrees and whatnot. And he had the heat set up to 73 degrees when it was 55 degrees out. That's what she just said. Even though, yeah. Well, we roll up, we're in our winter jackets and stuff, and we get there, we're like just stripping it down, just like wearing a hoodie, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing? Aren't you cold?" You want a Dunkin' or do you want a Pete's?
Dunkin'.
Okay. She doesn't like. She wants her Dunkin'.
I like Pete's.
What'd you say?
I like Pete's.
Yeah, she likes her Pete's, but you never had Dunkin' coffee?
I like Dunkin'.
Oh, no shit. Even though Dunkin' was like closing a whole bunch of their restaurants, their stores due to COVID. So.
My Dunkin' better not go away.
Right. I'm talking to my brother. I have my earbuds in. Because I'm using my laptop and I'm not connected to my laptop. So let's see. Do I hear the voices in my head? Yes, Dan. I do hear the voices in my head. I'm crazy. No, Dan's is my coworker. You'll probably meet him here soon when we do a cooking stream at his house. You got that, Dan? You got that? I'm just gonna point like that. All right. could do a co-stream. Dan, you want to do a co-stream remotely? Alright. So, let's make the peanuts here. I don't have maple syrup. I'll use honey as my sweetener, though. I already have roasted peanuts, so I don't need to roast them again. And a pinch of salt. It's gonna get a little loud here, so... This, obviously, we're not going to use... What's that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I didn't have buttermilk, so all I did was I had melted the butter, and I put the flour, the baking powder, and then salt. Combine that all together. Once that was all combined, I put the melted butter in. I forked it all together so it was kind of crumbly, and then I added milk to it because the recipe called for buttermilk, but obviously I don't have buttermilk. And then I stirred that all together, and then I added a little bit of the chicken stock, the juices that I'm using right now. It's getting laggy. I have 1,300 drop frames all of a sudden. The perks of being on Wi-Fi. But I used some of the broth from the soup, and then I did fork it good. And then I kind of kneaded it together, and then I made little balls after it was resting, because I brought all the chicken out, and then I put it on the cutting board, and then I cut it up so that it was all chopped up and not just big pieces. Whole pieces of chicken, and then just put them in and whatnot. I mean, they look like they're going to be done any second now. They're boiling pretty good. I'm going to turn down the temperature a little bit. But yeah. So, let's plug this in. It's going to get a little loud in here. I do apologize. Where is my peanuts? I'm making homemade peanut butter. Remember I said I was going to make peanut butter? So, these are already... Yeah, I'll be making peanut butter cookies. So, like I said, I don't need to roast these. I'm not using raw peanuts. Yeah.
My coffee.
Oh, your coffee. Sorry.
Duncan. It's fine.
I will drink it.
It's fine.
My wife, she's just like, "Where's my coffee?" She pointed. All I see is I'm pouring in the peanuts, and I just see her just doing this. I'm like, "What?" She's like, "The coffee." And then it's the Keurig over here, so the lid was up, and then she's like, "I said Dunkin' and not Pete's." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I'll drink this." She's like, "No, it doesn't matter. It's too late now." So let's see. Do I have this on right? It's gonna get a little loud. What's that? The original blend, so it's medium roast. Yeah. But gotta,
Feel free to send me coffee.
No, she likes the Big Bang. We love it. This is what I drink. But she's...
Feel free to send us coffee.
They own what? Oh, no. No. Mm-hmm. Is it? That's good. Well, Dan, I don't need to mute the mic with a button because I have a button right here for my Probably just set this right here. Because I have my Yeti right here. So I can just press that button there. But now you can. Yeah. I will get you creamer. You can hop in if you want.
I don't want to come in there.
Who, me? Or her? Oh, yeah. He's like, attitude? She's giving you the
Who
fucking...
said that?
I've been talking to Raphael in my head this entire time.
What the heck, Raphael? I thought we were friends.
What?
So what the heck, Raphael?
Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna mute the... Oh, I thought we were friends. We're family, he says.
We are family.
We are family.
You're stuck with me.
I will mute the mic for just a moment. You may want to mute your Discord too, bro. So what I'm gonna do is...
Give me a spoon.
I will give you a spoon.
Don't put those away yet. I don't know if I put them in.
Then why'd you hand them to me?
Because I don't even know where to put them.
Well, no, you're fine right now. I'm saying you probably would want to mute it while I do this. I am also going to use some honey as my sweetener. I don't have maple syrup. This is a local honey from here in Illinois. It's my wife's coworker. She has some beehives that she tends to. I got some for Dan. Have you used it, Dan? Yes or no? Let me know. Do a Mario home tour? Maybe one day. What are you doing?
Just stop for a second.
She doesn't want to come on camera, which is fine. Is it good?
I'm gonna have some of that.
Anyway, before I do start the food processor, is it done? Are you good? Do you need more sweet cream or vanilla? You good? Okay. You should mute your mic real quick. Give me about 30 seconds. I'm muting myself right now. Alright, muted. You can unmute me now. But as you can see, it started to liquefy, and it's really warm right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stream in a little bit of, I'm not using my desktop, Dan. I'm using my shitty Lenovo. But you're going to mute yourself. I'm going to mute myself again, but I'm going to pour in some of the honey for a little bit of sweetness. I don't have any maple syrup, so I'm going to mute myself again. I forgot to unmute myself, but as you can see, it's starting to smoke a little bit, but it's still kind of hard. I need to get a little bit of oil, even though the oils aren't coming out properly. So I'm just going to add a little bit of virgin oil to it. I'm going to mute myself again. All right. So it's not really smoothing out like it should. It needs a little bit more time, so I'm going to add a little bit more oil to it. So what should be happening right now with the peanut butter is it should be releasing its natural oils, which it does not seem like it's doing. So that's why I'm adding a little bit of oil. I may add just a tad bit more. I might add a little bit, see if it's sweet enough. It's a little bit sweet, but just add a little bit more oils. Let's put this back on. Give it like another minute. So now it's pretty much, it should be oilier than this. At this point I could just it's pasty. I'm gonna add a little bit more A little bit more honey to it to see if that kind of brings it down. The dumplings look like they're pretty much done, but let's see if we can bring this up a little bit more. There we go. Let's just add a little bit more honey for a little bit more sweetness. Put it on the blade there. Yes, I just licked my hand, but I'm going to wash it. How's the coffee? How's the coffee, babe? Jamie?
Yeah.
How's the coffee?
It's good.
Okay.
Why?
Just want to make sure. Since we added more honey to it, I'm going to turn it back on again. All right. So it's not coming out as perfect as it should be. Well, that's okay. If we look at it, it's a little bit creamier than it was before. But it's still pretty... It's just a thicker... It's a thicker consistency. So... Yeah, that's why I keep on stopping it and trying to break it down, but for some reason, I think I actually should have roasted the peanuts. I think I did last time. I just fudged that up. So at this point, I can just make little peanut butter balls out of this. So let's set this aside. I can tell you though, that does taste pretty damn delicious. Clean up this little mess. And at this point, looks like it would make yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I'll just say I made peanut butter balls. So, let's bring it a little bit closer. Let's see, let's make this a little bit bigger, I'd say. 1 second. Let's make this just a snad bit bigger. Let me know if that's too big, but I think that should be fine for right now. You ready? Let me bring it down. Let's get this a little bit closer. And this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we made today. And those look pretty damn tasty. Those look really good. It's gonna be hot the second I put it. Let's see. Let's spoonful a little bit out, should we? Shall we? I'll be over soon and eat half those. I can bring you some if you want tomorrow, Dan. There's not a lot of broth. I needed more broth. Shit. Yeah. The bottom of it's all burnt. That's fine. I needed more broth in here. I mean, I have more chicken stock I can use. Yeah, that whole bottom is a little toasty. That's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to add a little bit more. Just top it off. Just give it some more so it stays nice and juicy. I should have stirred it before I put it all in there. Because it looks like a lot of my stuff at the bottom is burnt. That's going to be a fun time cleaning off all that fond. I'm saying I can. Jamie works right next to you, so you can see. Let's get right there. That looks pretty damn tasty. Let's try a bite. Take this actually off the heat. Taste just the chicken. Oh man, that's really tasty. Probably also take a picture of this. Since I got all this lighting. Yes, I will be posting it to my Instagram. This isn't the best lighting either, but that's okay. Posting it to the Instagram and Minions Food? Yes, it will be on the Minions Food. The camera, I hate the way portrait pictures take now, but I mean that looks pretty damn tasty. It's not traditional by any means, but let's take a bite of the dumplings because they should be done by now. Oh yeah. Jameis, come here. And it's more of like a gravy than it is like a broth, but that's just because of I cooked it too long. You need a third can for free roaming shots, like so you don't have to keep changing your main. Yeah, I know. We need to invest in one, Dan. Will you like to help me with that?
Yeah, we need an investor. We're not made of money.
Where? All right. Here, you want to fluff it somewhere? Is that real good? Mm-hmm. She approves. Dan, there is a tip option down there. If you look down there somewhere on my page, there is a tip thing. If you would like to tip $5, go ahead. No one's making you, but you can.
500.
500. Jamie says 500.
Whatever. Either one's good. Nanny, why are you so cute?
But yeah, that's actually real good. Real good. I'll have to post the 500 pennies. Yeah, that will work too. So let's see.
500 pennies? Keep your pennies.
Let's make some adjustments to this, shall we? Crop. There we go. Filter. What's the one I like to use? That one. More. No. Crop. Just crop that out a little bit. That's a little bit too much. Save as a copy. There we go. If you check my Instagram, mose.does, I'll post it here. Or you check my Twitter, I'll post it to Twitter right now. I think my Twitter button down low actually is my link directly. That's it. Tonight's stream completed. Cooking stream completed. Twitch.tv/Gargoth. Alright. Check my Twitter, it should be posted there. We got I got my kitchen helper in here. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Say hi. For those of you that have not tuned in before, this is Madison. She's a little grouchy little lady who... It's 6 o'clock, so it's time for dinner. Alright, I'll set you down, babies. And then we got the other one right here. This is Charlie. She's the one that likes food. She's the foodie. You can see she just smells and smells, and if I let her down, she would have actually devoured that, but it's too hot for you, isn't it? There you go. Oh, let's see. Got a semi-mess to clean up, but it's not that bad. I forgot to post it to my Instagram. Let's do that right now, shall we? Let's see. Where is my Instagram? There it is. I don't want to do that. What the hell is this? How do I... Alright. It looks like the last time I posted was November 4th. Wow, it's been an entire month since I've actually made something. Those does... Alright, there's the plus button. They changed it from the bottom. Alright. Hosted my first cooking stream today. I made chicken and dumplings for the internet. It tastes absolutely delicious. Check out any future cooking streams by visiting my Twitch page. At twitch.tv Gareth. There we go. It's been posted. Let's see if it finished. That it did. Should I make a new little live video or a little story? Currently live on Twitch, as you can see right here. Got my cooking set up. Made some chicken and dumplings tonight, or today, whatever. We go over here. Here's a pot full of it. Tastes absolutely delicious. Alright guys, I know I was going to do more with the peanut butter, but that looked like it was a failed attempt. Not attempt, I've done it before. For some reason it actually failed this time. Not entirely sure why. Maybe we'll start doing cookie streams like every Sunday. I knew at the beginning of the stream, or throughout the stream, I mentioned I'll be doing more through another one this week. I'll probably be doing one maybe Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday works actually. Not sure what time. It'll probably be around like 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock Central Time. I'm a little warm right now with all these lights on. We'll be making some pizza. It'll be a 2-day event, a 2-day process, I should say. The first night, Tuesday night, if everything goes well, it may be pushed back, but Tuesday night we will be making the dough. It's a no-knead dough, as I discussed earlier. Let that do its thing, ferment, rise, do all the yeasty goodness that bread and dough making is. And then once that's done, after about 18, maybe 24 hours, I will do probably an earlier stream since I'm off of work on Wednesday. But probably we'll do it later, maybe later in the afternoon or early evening. And then we will complete the pizza and then actually bake it, and we'll have pizza for dinner. I myself will have pepperoni. My wife doesn't like anything on her toppings. She likes just cheese. I mean, she'll do sausage, but yeah, I think that will just conclude our stream for today. Thanks for tuning in to Mo's Dose. visit me at Twitch. Well, you're already on Twitch. Visit me on Instagram at mose.doze, or visit my Twitter, which is linked below. I'll also link my Instagram below as well after the stream. I gotta get that all configured. The more we do this, the more everything will be a little bit more intricate. Everything will look probably a little bit better. If you have any ideas for what you want to be seen, any ideas what you want to be made, just let me know. Twitter me, DM me, message me on Twitch. If you know me in person, talk to me, send me a text, Facebook message, whatever. I'm also on Facebook, facebook.com/Karkath. But yeah, until next time, you all have a great day, great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.